Yes, a very good evening to you tuned into UBC TV. We thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to News Tonight. This Tuesday, the 19th of November, 2024. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa. Elizabeth Nakakoni joins in for sign language, and we'll start with a look at the top stories. President Museveni directs regional police commanders in Teso sub-region to cease issuing police bonds to individuals implicated in mismanagement of Emyoga. President Museveni commissioned Soroti Zonal Industry and Scaling Hub to create jobs. African peer review mechanism points out that good governance of natural resources leads to development, while chess players brace this weekend's Great Thinkers Junior Chess Championship. Once again, welcome aboard. Let's just go straight to what we have for you. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has officially commissioned the Soroti Zonal Industrial and Scaling Hub, where he also provided additional capital to 3 already skilled youth for their various enterprises. The president proposed the introduction of 5 new courses at the Zonal Scaling Hubs to expand the scope of market supply and create more employment opportunities for the young people. Spinning and weaving, food processing, woodwork, motor mechanics and ceramics are some of the courses he wants to be introduced alongside the 4-acre model of farming.
No sooner had the president arrived than he was greeted with an enormous reception. Before proceeding to commission the Zonal Skilling and Industrial Hub of Teso. It is an institution that was initiated by the president, and today he witnessed the fruits of his vision. The impression he got as he concluded his tour was that there was significant progress and value for money.
I came here with only my brain and my clothes I put on. Everything from here was typically for free.
I'm like a single, independent young girl who can do everything for herself. Actually, they helped us.
These initiatives are part of President Yoweri Museveni's wealth creation campaigns, which he has been promoting and continues to spread across the country.
Now, these skills we are giving here, we are going to add on more skills. Because when you acquire a skill, you should look at the market. Who will buy what I produce? Are they many in number? You can see that some of them have good market.
He says Uganda would be far ahead today if only this had been embraced earlier.
But you who have now graduated, your problem now is capital to start. And that's why we're going to start I'm glad Jenny Bareche and the other DCs have already started the district circles.
He emphasized the need to introduce more courses to widen the skilling scope and bridge the wealth creation and employment gaps.
I would like them to add spinning and weaving so that you can make cloth, not only a tailor but also make. Because now you are now tailoring a cloth already made. You should learn how to make the cloth yourself, from the woozy to the cloth. Then motor mechanics, you should be able to repair cars. Ceramics, to make cups and plates and things like that. You are now doing carpentry, but you should do more woodwork.
Not only was he impressed, but also other leaders who toured were overwhelmed by the initiative.
There is a proverb in Africa that says, what an old man sees even while seated down, a child cannot interpret, even if a child climbs up. What you have done for Uganda, especially on skilling, PDM, Emyoga, nobody will blame anyone except themselves.
You have demonstrated that, like in the African Union Vision 2063, leaving no one behind. In the NRM, also, we speak of leaving no one behind. So we have achieved, Your Excellency, that vision of leaving no one behind, regardless of their former education status.
The already skilled youth were financially supported by the President, with the Speaker of Parliament promising similar support.
4 million, sir.
4 million, I give it to him now. Now, then, I had another child making shoes. Was it a girl? And she was talking about a machine for how much?
5 million, sir, for 2 machines.
I give it to her now. And then finally for the girl of bread. The other one.
The boy is 4 million and the next girl is 5 million. The next one is here, sir.
The bread woman, bread girl.
10 million for 5 machines.
10 million for 5 machines.
Okay, I give you 10 million.
As your humble Speaker of Parliament and a very proud daughter of NRM, want to assure and promise you that we shall prioritize all the money for this kind of activity.
Hardly anyone could hide their excitement at the changes such initiatives are bringing.
And I want them to know, as you come to skill yourself, you can have a ship which can produce twice a year, and by the time you live here, you get your tailoring machine for the sake of those who are doing tailoring.
It's also going to fight mindset bondage that many of the youth have really been wasted without hope. But now with this skilling hub, there is really hope projected in the faces of the people of Soroti.
The commissioning of the skilling hub was part of day 2 of President Yoweri Museveni's wealth creation tour of Teso sub-region in eastern Uganda. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Local government leaders from East African community countries are calling for special representation at the Arusha-based regional bloc. This call was made today during the East African Local Government Forum meeting, which was opened by Prime Minister Robina Nabanja in Kampala.
On behalf of the Vice President Jessica Arupo, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabanja, today opened a 4-day East African Local Government Forum meeting at Speak Resort Munyonyo in Kampala. Nabanja was welcomed by the Minister for Local Government, Rafael Majezi, and State Minister for Local Government, Victoria Rusoke Businge.
She's an outstanding leader of Africa. I think this year she merited an award at the United Nations for one of the best leaders of the continent. So we are lucky, we are privileged. Yes, she's here to represent Her Excellency the Vice President of Uganda.
Addressing the forum, Prime Minister Robina Nabanja called on local government leaders from the regional economic bloc to mobilize communities and take full advantage of the ESC regional integration agenda.
There is no truer fact than this, as the region seeks to achieve its mission of widening and deepening economic, political, and socio-cultural integration in order to improve the quality of life of the people of East Africa. We aim to leave no one behind. And up to now, our president, I mean the old man with the heart, remains a strong supporter of this cause under our 4 NRM principles. To achieve this mission, the subnational governments ought to be the key champions of making this agenda a reality.
The East African community is a people-centered economic bloc. However, local government leaders feel they have been left out of the decision-making bodies. The Minister for Local Government, Rafael Majezi, who took over the chairmanship of the EAC Local Government Association from Tanzania, called on his counterparts from the region to demand special representation at the Arusha-based regional bloc.
And therefore, we're going to demand our rights and our position in the East African community, including participation in the Council of Ministers of East Africa Community, as well as representation on the various committees. It is us to publicize the community. The people of East Africa will not know that the Council of Ministers of East Africa Community are actually meeting in Entebbe today. So, as local authorities, time has come to demand our place in that powerful place called Arusha.
And I went across to check about the members. In Uganda, we have, every district chairperson has members of the executive, 4 of them, and there are 5. And when you cut across, they also become 675. And I discovered that out of those 675, 32 have master's degrees, 248 have bachelor's degrees, 187 have diplomas, 5 have PhDs. Politicians, we have 5 politicians in our local governments with PhDs.
We don't want slums. You know what I'm talking about. Dealing with the effects of climate change is a must, but also maintaining peace, stability, and supporting cross-border trade.
Dr. Festo Rugange, who represented the Minister of State for Regional Administration and Local Government in the Office of the President in Tanzania, Mohamed Muchengerwa, pledged to support all the recommendations made during the Kampala meeting.
And this forum, and we shall fully be committed to implement the recommendations of all meetings. It is clear that East African Local Government Association and the East African Local Government Forum are indeed in the right space and time where the voice of local government in the region can be amplified.
The 8th East African Local Governments Forum is hosting delegates from Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan, the DRC, Somalia, and Uganda, the host country.
Minister for Public Service Muruli Mukasa has highlighted achievements in the NRM manifesto in the past 1 year. Among the achievements is the salary enhancement of public servants, rationalization of the MDAs, fighting corruption and ghost workers. He highlighted challenges encountered in the delivery, which included partial implementation of salary enhancement and limited funding to enhance the implementation of reforms.
We have established the program of Service Uganda centers. What do I mean by Service Uganda centers? Government has established 6 pilot Service Uganda centers in Entebbe, Kasese, and at the Ministry of Public Service, the headquarters here, Jinja, Arua, and Hoima. What are these centers? This is just a one-stop center where all or most of the frequently sought services are provided in very short time in one place by the entire team of public servants from the various sectors. Now, we also embarked on pay reforms for civil servants to improve implementation and discipline. In fact, as of July 2024, government has allocated 2.2 trillion Uganda shillings towards the enhancement of salary. Government is going to realize a saving of 906 billion 906.77 billion shillings. And of course, we are going to incur a one payoff expenditure of 229.59 billion shillings to cater for gratuity, pension, and those attendant severance package requirements to the staff will be affected during the implementation process. And there are not very many. Fortunately, this reorganization has not affected many members of staff, which is very good. It has been done with a human face. And in this going to incur one time of expense, which is quite hefty, 196.744 billion shillings for the Uganda National Roads Authority. You know, you can see. And again, not many people from UNRWA are going to be affected, but you can see how much money is going to be paid to them, which is almost as much as the money that is going to be paid to the entire group that has been affected by rationalization. So you can see how restructuring is going to help us to be very frugal and cost effective.
Once again, to put up a very big applause to the Honorable Minister.
The African Peer Review Mechanism is currently developing the African Governance Report on Natural Resources. The Director of Governance and Specialized Reporting at the African Peer Review Mechanism, Dr. Mark-Braden Kalamba, points out that good governance of natural resources is one of the key drivers to implement development, peace and security.
The African Peer Review Mechanism is one of the 5 organs of the African Union, AU. The African Union is a pan-African organization that promotes unity, solidarity and economic development among its 55 member states. The APRM, with a mandate to address governance issues, is now developing the African Governance Report on Natural Resources, which will focus on 5 African countries, including Uganda.
As far as interest goes, this is generally a topic that everyone should be interested in, and this is why the African Union is interested in. So the component of governance is we want to ask ourselves, since we formed these new states from the late 50s to this very day, how have we governed these resources, land, minerals, and our marine resources, which are now referred to as the blue economy?
According to the African Peer Review Mechanism, the aim of the report on natural resources is to facilitate good governance to ensure equity for all.
First of all, how much of these resources actually exist? Secondly, what is their value? Thirdly, what does it take to maximize and optimize the returns from these resources, either through extraction, processing, and use? And thirdly, how do we manage the proceeds from these resources effectively and efficiently to the benefit of a broad spectrum of our societies?
Uganda has commended the African Peer Review Mechanism for developing this report on natural resources governance, especially as the country continues to invest in natural resources such as oil, gas, and the mining sector.
The country is entering into the middle income status. Minerals are going to play a key role in this country. You are well aware that the country has done massive investments in oil exploration. You have seen the investments in the Albertine region in Bunyoro. They have even put there a national airport. They are building a pipeline to link us up to a port in Tanzania. So land is important because it is where the minerals are. And the minerals is the next thing that is going to take this country to another level.
After passing all the stages, the African Governance Report will be presented to the African heads of state. Adia Nakute, UBC.
Tororo woman Member of Parliament Sarah Cheng Opendi has explained her intention to retable the Alcohol Control Bill of 2023 in Parliament for consideration as the only effective tool to regulate the purchase, sale and consumption of alcohol in Uganda. According to Opendi, when Parliament rejected the bill in August, the process was marred by irregularities, most significantly the lack of quorum in the House.
Research conducted between 2022 and 2024 indicates that since the 2019 ban on the sale of alcohol products in sachets, sector players in alcohol industry have devised new tactics to promote such products. These include the use of bottles while supplementing on the product with numerous flavors to attract customers, including low-income earners. This has arguably led to the increased alcohol consumption, with Ugandans now consuming an average of 12.2 liters of pure alcohol annually.
So alcohol consumption has increased since the packaging is bigger. So it gives an opportunity. Before it was 100 and now 150, 100, and now you're having 200, 250. Some people are drinking more.
Perhaps consumption decreased right after the enforcement of the ban of sachets. But perhaps now people have got used to the other small packaging of alcohol, and indeed also larger drums, jerry cans of alcohol that are then resold in small package bottles, and that there may be a new increase in harmful alcohol consumption because of this.
There's a lot of research evidence which shows that even some of the work we've done in the Makerere University School of Public Health, it shows that alcohol consumption increases the risk of getting these non-communicable diseases. A lot of evidence.
It's in light of these issues that Tororo Woman Member of Parliament, Sarah Acheng Opendi, believes securing legislation to regulate the purchase, sale and consumption of alcohol will be of great benefit.
I actually intend to write to the Speaker under our rules. I think it is Rule 222 that provides, or 87 that provides for reconsideration of a bill. So I intend to do so because there is actually need for us to have a law in place to regulate the production, consumption, and sale and advertising alcohol in this country. Short of that, I think we are not doing our work as legislators.
It should be recalled that Opendi previously attempted to bring a private member's bill dubbed the Alcohol Control Bill of 2023, which was rejected.
Many members of parliament were not in the House at the time this bill was actually being considered. And many, when you speak to them, actually believe that we should actually have the bill. There are just a few people who don't want to understand why we should have a law in place. And for them, they're only thinking of their voters. Not all voters are drunkards. And even voters want a good life.
At her first attempt, the Alcohol Control Bill 2023 faced resistance on grounds that it would impose financial implications on the Consolidated Fund. However, there is a school of thought that suggests that the revenue generated from alcohol taxes would be absorbed by the health sector, which is already burdened by diseases linked to excessive alcohol consumption.
To be a winner, it requires that you exceed all the limits of mankind and womankind. But when you play with MTN Momo, winning is easy. Simply get your phone and use the Momo app or dial *165*3#, enter merchant code, enter amount, enter your Momo PIN and pay. Congratulations, easy! Your stomach is full and now you stand a chance to win mobile money with MTN Momo.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mood Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby, don't know.
UK
can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Uncle Mo.
Asivi koja tukwasa.
Vayo na wasajja batusonyiye.
Chikakasi.
Vayo.
Government has done it. Uganda Revenue Authority has taken you off the burden of paying interests and penalties. All you have to do is to pay your outstanding principal tax to benefit from the waiver of interests and penalties that runs till the end of December 2024. Call us on our toll-free line or email services@ura.go.ug.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has directed regional police commanders in Teso sub-region to issue police bonds to individuals implicated in mismanagement of Emyoga and PDM funds. He warned that failure to comply will result in loss of their jobs. Speaking to local leaders from the Teso sub-region, Museveni also announced plans to meet the Chief Justice to ensure no bail is granted to those embezzling these funds.
Local leaders across the entire Teso sub-region have convened this Tuesday in Komi district to share a moment with the President of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who is on his second day of the countryside with creation tour.
And foremost, I would like to thank and appreciate the NRM government for attaining peace in the country and above all, guarantee security.
Your Excellency, we want to thank you for infrastructure development within Teso sub-region, especially the road network connectivity that we are now enjoying.
Views of the head of state, the Vice President of Uganda, and the Speaker of Parliament were among the most exciting moments of the day. The meeting convened at Boma Grounds attracted lower and national leaders, technocrats, religious leaders, among others, from Teso and far beyond.
My name is Helen Seku. I am the Commissioner National Patriotism Secretariat.
Teso, oye!
During such engagements, different ministers and heads of government agencies report to the leaders the performance of government projects in the area.
And I want to confirm, in the financial year 2023-2024, all the districts of Teso received 856,155,209 shillings. In this financial year, the districts of Teso received under SFT 2,187 billion.
Allow me to congratulate His Excellency the President for this wonderful interaction. For the first time in the history of governance in Uganda, we are seeing that the government comes down to interact with the leaders at this level, where leaders are free to ask questions, where leaders are free to seek clarifications. on things that they feel should be clarified by government.
Before inviting His Excellency the President, the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, SEC member Mike Mukula, and Vice President, retired Major Jessica Alupo, addressed the gathering.
I want to really thank you for coming to Teso to give accountability of the money we allocated. And I want to thank you for giving accountability not only in Teso, but also in the country by extension.
Teso had a primary problem of security. You have solved it. One time you stayed here when you were in Komi and somebody said, if peace returns to Teso, Museveni disarms the Karamoja, hair will grow on your head.
However, Your Excellency, as it has already been said, as leaders on the ground, we still have a responsibility to lift the 39% of the households across the country who are still engaged in subsistence agriculture.
And thereafter, the President was invited to address the delegates.
The wetland, because we need it. We need it for the environment, but also for economics. And we need to get you out of poverty. We shall help you, we shall develop a big project by the Ministry of Agriculture.
Giving examples of Mbali Industrial Park, Museveni notes that industrialization is the way to go.
What's happening in Mbali there? That land which was just there, Nanda was just, I don't know what Nanda was doing there. In Mbali town, before you go to Tirinyi, there is a big town now. But there are so many factories there now. I haven't checked to know the numbers. You can go and check how many factories are there, how much wealth are they producing, and how many people are they employing.
According to the President, this will offer breathing space to the already burdened public service.
Her Excellency Vice President telling you that the public service of Uganda is about 480,000. Including all the soldiers, the policemen, the civil servants, the teachers.
The services and ICT sectors, President says they have equally shaped Uganda's economic transformation. He, however, emphasizes that the available peace and security should be crucial in the development of Uganda. Above all, the President invites Teso sub-region to consider embracing both intensive and extensive agriculture.
I've heard so well.
Huh?
I've heard it so.
Very good. No police bomb.
The President, however, notes that he will also seek audience with the Chief Justice of Uganda over this same matter.
Now, for the courts giving bail, I'm going to talk with the Chief Justice to stop that game. I will discuss with the Chief Justice because we are defending our village economy. If people get PDM money and they buy things and they are stolen and then you play around like that, we cannot accept this.
In fact, Museveni says that the wealth creation campaign has been his call since 1995, and to his excitement, many people have picked lessons and they are now well off. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
The Amnesty Commission has granted amnesty to 25 former Allied Democratic Forces ADF militants who surrendered to UPDF during the ongoing Operation Shuja in the eastern parts of the DRC, that's the Democratic Republic of Congo, and some parts of Uganda. The pardoned individuals include 20 Congolese nationals and 5 Ugandans, comprising of 15 males and 10 females.
Following the Operation Shuja by the Uganda People's Defense Forces UPDF against the ADF in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, some rebels surrendered to Ugandan forces.
Today we have 5 Ugandans who are going to be reunited with their families, and 20 are Congolese, and the process is going to start today between the two governments to make sure that the 20 Congolese are also reunited with their families back in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
They renounced rebellion and involvement in rebel activities. They were enrolled in a series of psychosocial support, rehabilitation and radicalization programs to help them reintegrate into society. The UPDF rehabilitated the former rebels at the Mbuya Center Community Organization in partnership with the Bridgeway Foundation.
In the center, for the last 3 months, the group we have today, they have got medical and psychosocial support. They have undergone through a de-radicalization process and spiritual counseling. They have been trained in different hands-on skills.
The Amnesty Commission has granted amnesty to these returnees, allowing them to fully reintegrate into civilian life. The government has also committed to working with the government of the DRC to repatriate Congolese returnees.
You can get other identities, but you can also add this one. This shows that you are back, that you were forgiven, that you can go back to your village, you can dig like others, you can stand as an LC1 chairman, and you can even go back to school.
These former rebels have shared their experiences of involvement in rebel activities and the circumstances that led to their participation in subversive actions.
Kazi kuloko pore ni kazi kuswali, unaenda kwa askari, mnafanya madua, na wakati ya kufunga mizigo watu wanaondoka, ile tu nilikuwa tu maisha ya kule.
With the support of the UPDF and various stakeholders, the returnees received vocational training and are now equipped to start their own businesses and ensuring sustainable livelihoods.
Tuizo kukola dadizi, okukola chapati, okufumba ebizigo bya kusiga abana, tuize kando, tuize shampoo,
Since 2023, a total of 178 returnees have been rehabilitated, where government remains committed to providing continued psychosocial support and economic empowerment programs to help these individuals reintegrate into society and lead normal productive lives. Abdul Nasir Lukomwa and Rogers Komagum for UBC.
State Minister for Lands, Sam Mayanja, has called upon the public to support the proposed Real Estate Bill of 2024 to be introduced by the Ministry of Lands. The Real Estate Bill 2024 will regulate this sector, promote professionalism, and eliminate unscrupulous actors.
Our goal today is to explore how we can professionalize the real estate industry in Uganda to safeguard its growth.
The Minister of Lands will introduce the Real Estate Bill 2024 to regulate the sector, promote professionalism, and eliminate unscrupulous actors in the business.
It is designed to regulate and administer the practice of real estate business in Uganda, ensuring that the industry operates with transparency, accountability, and professionalism.
During the stakeholders consultation in Nankole, Kigezi region, participants were concerned over the increase in unscrupulous acts by companies and individuals claiming to be in the real estate business. Despite its development, the real estate sector in Uganda has attracted individuals who undermine the intention of the business.
Also seeing that they have taken time to incorporate what the sector wants to see. They've taken time to deal with the unscrupulous dealers.
State Minister for Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, says such issues informed the decision of the Minister of Lands to introduce the draft real estate bill. He says professionals will be engaged to shape the legislation and also address existing challenges effectively, and further tasked stakeholders to support the bill.
While many of them act in good faith, there are instances where unscrupulous individuals take advantage of unsuspecting clients, contributing to the negative reputation of the real estate sector. Essential as their work is, these brokers, like many others in the industry, often operate without any formal regulations or oversight.
The consultative meeting converged real estate professionals, investors, and local leaders across the region.
A salesperson, a real estate agent, work under a firm. How is a firm registered? How is a real estate agent registered?
Mbarara City RDC Jackie highlighted the role of real estate.
The crisis of land grabbing, the crisis of unprofessionalism is killing us.
Irene Umoja is the Commissioner for Housing Development and Estate Management.
The sector grows, so do the challenges that come with it. Challenges related to fraudulent practices, professionalism, accountability, transparency, affordability, and inclusiveness.
The Assistant Commissioner, Minister of Lands, also asked stakeholders to support the bill for purposes of accountability and transparency in the industry. The Real Estate Bill 2024 underscores government's dedication to fostering a regulated and thriving real estate sector for Uganda's future. Susan Naonga, reporting for ABC TV.
Ministry for Karamoja Affairs has met with development partners in Karamoja sub-region. The meeting, which was attended by officials from the Ministry of Karamoja Affairs, aimed at strengthening relationships between the ministry, district leaderships, and development partners.
Human marriages is an issue. It's a human right abuse. What do we do? Why don't we fight so much to take a girl child to school? Why not do that? Other than I'm going for awareness, I'm going for this and this and this.
I've had NGOs here. They will come with fleets of lorries, land cruisers, but what they did, we don't remember them. The issue of transparency and accountability is a two-way traffic. You're accountable to you, please also be accountable to government.
Whenever we call this from our budget conferences, our friends here, our good friends, we call them with our town. We are like, we know that you are artists, so good, so you are so open. They don't declare their budgets and work plans to us.
One, to review our image. So many things have been said, sometimes have been said, and no sensationalized.
These are some of the voices describing the gaps between the Ministry of Karamoja Affairs, district leadership, and development partners in the sub-region. The Ministry of Karamoja Affairs organized a meeting with all development partners operating in the 9 districts of Karamoja. Moroto District Chairperson David Goryang commended the Church and Irish Aid for their efforts in fighting illiteracy in Karamoja.
The church in particular you are planning to help, both in skill development and formal education, of tertiary to a certain extent, and Irish Aid.
The Undersecretary for Pacification and Development at the Office of the Prime Minister, Semogerere Mugarura, urged development partners to focus on issues outlined in the Karamoja Development Plan.
Minister has a strategic plan, just like Karamoja Ministry. But our plan must be aligned to your plans as NGOs, as development partners. We need to support.
The Minister for Karamoja Affairs, Peter Lokeres, officiated the meeting.
I wish that we work and other people will see what we are doing. Because even though we recognize invisible, nobody will take it seriously. Let's work together.
Development partners expressed a desire for informal government structures in the region to be considered.
About government system, we need to target the informal government and see how we work with them to deliver on this plan.
They also thanked the Ministry of Karamoja Affairs for initiating the meeting, as it will improve the working relationship among all stakeholders.
At least about 3.5 billion people live without access to safe toilet, and 419 million are forced to defecate outdoors, leading to the spread of diseases that kill over 1,000 children annually. This harsh reality continues to affect people who lack access to clean and safe water. Kampala is no exception and faces similar challenges. Justin Nakami has a submission here as Uganda joined the rest of the world to commemorate World Toilet Day today.
World Toilet Day, marked on November 19th, is dedicated to raising awareness about the global sanitation crisis. More than 3.5 billion people still lack access to safe sanitation. The lack of proper toilet is a major health issue, contributing to widespread disease and environmental degradation. Kampala City also faces sanitation challenges, with a significant mismatch between the growing demand for sanitation services and the limited infrastructure available to meet that demand. In urban slums, families often rely on communal pit latrines or practice open defecation, both of which pose serious health risks.
Formal settlements, they have not well-constructed toilets, and in most areas, even the disposal of this sewage is questionable, because you find that during the rainy season, because of the capacity and the water table that is high, they release the sewage into drainages.
Health experts say that poor sanitation is one of the leading causes of child mortality in Uganda, with preventable diseases accounting for thousands of deaths every year.
Considering diarrheal diseases, for example, are some of the leading killers of what? Of children. Okay, so poor sanitation is really a big problem.
In Kampala, the lack of proper sanitation also strains the healthcare system, overwhelming hospitals and clinics that are already struggling with limited resources.
When they fall sick and they go to the healthcare facility, with our limited number of healthcare workers, it means that healthcare workers, the workload on healthcare workers is stretched, and they do not pay enough attention to all these people.
In the city's crowded markets and bus terminals, the situation is equally alarming. Public restrooms are often scarce, dirty, or inaccessible to many. As a result, people resort to other alternatives, exacerbating the problem.
Sina nyonjo kwegwega manobo ogenda munolaba just tugenda mu lwa kusoberwa naye tetulina kyakola walere ku namayiba paaka baba sajja oba imiridde atya oba abantu we bali ayimira wimirizibwa ati naafuka.
Recent efforts from the Kampala Capital City Authority, KCCA, have brought some progress, including the construction of modern public toilets and improved waste management systems.
Recently, we've constructed over 70 toilets in these public places. Why? Because we want to increase access of residents to these clean, basic sanitation facilities.
However, Dr. Sarah Zarango, the acting director for public health at KCCS, says that the scale of the problem remains overwhelming and urgent action is needed to ensure that all residents have access to safe and clean toilets.
It's everyone's responsibility to ensure that you dispose of this whatever that you are letting out safely.
Education also plays a vital role in tackling the crisis. Many organizations in Kampala are working alongside the city's authority to teach both children and adults about the importance of proper sanitation, hand washing and hygiene, helping to reduce the spread of diseases.
We've incorporated this raising of awareness regarding people's sludge management in most of the activities we do.
Justine Nakami, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Justine Nakami. Do you have a toilet? Do you access clean toilet services where you are? you have the answer yourself. Let's take a short break. Don't miss what we have on return.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby dondolo.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks, Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000, or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
In the heart of Uganda, a financial revolution is happening. We were once left out, saving the old-fashioned way, with an unexpected saving spot, keeping it too close for comfort. But now, we found a better way to save and manage money. Download the Wendy app from Google Play or App Store, or dial *229#. With Wendy, your money is safe and you can earn interest daily. Visit your Google Play or App Store or dial *229# to register. Wendy Wanawoli.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
The Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, in partnership with the Teso Culture Union, invites you to the Atakar Reunion Festival 2024 to take place from the 27th to the 29th November 2024. The festival will be held at the Sports Ground, Soroti City. The festival will have dialogues involving the youth, women and elders, showcasing music performances, art exhibitions, cultural exhibitions, and food fairs showcasing the diversity of the Atakar communities. The festival theme, celebrating shared heritage, forging a path towards peace, prosperity and cultural renaissance. Please join us and be part of history as Uganda hosts for the first time East Africa's Atakar-speaking communities festival, spanning across the diverse ethnic groups from Ethiopia, South Sudan, Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania. The chief guest will be His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda. He will be joined by other presidents from the region as well as other dignitaries, including kings, cultural leaders and chiefs from Uganda, Africa and beyond.
Did you know it's better to build a hedge at the edge of a cliff than a hospital at its bottom? Oh yeah, that will be the theme for the Young Orator Speaking Competition Grand Finale that will take place on World AIDS Day, 1st December from 8:30 a.m. at Makerere University, Sidat Auditorium. Who will be the Young Orator of the Year? Will it be a student from Mengo SS, Makerere College School, Standard High School Zana, Mita College Kawempe, Winston Standard Secondary School, or Wanyange Girls Secondary School? Who will walk away with a cash award of 500,000 shillings? Encourage your teenager to be a part of this event that will educate them, inform them, and give them precautionary measures against HIV/AIDS. Entries is only 20,000 shillings. For more information, contact 0772 181 229 or 0703 194 600. Organized by the Association of Uganda Public Speakers, using our voice to impact our world.
UBC Business News tonight. Traders operating at Kauku Market along Entebbe Road, Entebbe Municipality, Wakiso District, are eagerly awaiting the new development plans for their market under the Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area Urban Development Project, with construction set to begin in January 2025. The good news was confirmed by the State Minister for Kampala Metropolitan Affairs, Kafuye Chofatogabye at the launch of the facility plan, which was attended by Wakiso district leaders at the market.
Recently, the government launched infrastructure development plans in 9 entities as part of the Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area Urban Development Project. The project will address drainage, road networks, and the improvement of workspaces such as markets. Development plans are already underway. Wakiso is set to have 3 markets developed, Kampala 4 and Mukono 3. On Tuesday, traders and vendors at Kawuku Market in Wakiso district wore smiling faces as they welcomed the government's plan to develop their facility. At the launch, the Minister of State for Kampala Metropolitan Affairs, Kawiya Chofatogabye, who was accompanied by Wakiso district leadership, assured traders that they would not have to pay any fees after the market is renovated. Traders and vendors conducted registration to facilitate their return and settlement after the market's redevelopment, which is expected to begin in January next year.
Markets had been lagging behind, and so far Kawuku market is almost priority number 1, not as in that we identified Kawuku, but Kawuku is a bit more prepared than any other in terms of provision of land is there. The space around is also there. The willingness to vacate is there. Local leadership is already in support. So almost we are like we've moved 65%. So what it means that the technicalities of design and then prepare the proper designs, BOQs for advert.
Thank the Minister for having come with this process we are going to do of enumerating the vendors. Why are we enumerating vendors? You've seen many government markets where the leaders sell the lockups and the former vendors don't take up the opportunities. So today we are doing it so that once the market is done, whether we are in leadership or not, the vendors can take up their positions which they had before.
Minister Chofatogabye also addressed the issue of poor garbage disposal in Nkumba and its neighboring areas, promising that it would be resolved soon.
It was previously receiving a maximum of about between 300 and 600 metric tons per day. Now when we came in, ours is over 2,500 metric tons. So we overstretched it within 1 week. The whole site was full. We've done, I think this week I'm introducing a company there which has finalized their preparations to start recycling garbage. For them they are installing an incinerator, a reactor, which burns the entire garbage and they form coal. Coal is used in the cement factory. Then also and other plastic materials and pavers.
Wakiso leaders, led by the Mayor of Katabi Town Council, Ronald Kalema, welcomed the development plans for the facility.
We appreciate the Greater Kampala Metropolitan Project for having thought of us. As Katabi we had already prepared, we had the designs made. We hired the consultants 2020-2023 financial year. Then we also own the land under Wakiso District Local Government. And when you look at the situation of the market, it is not befitting Entebbe or Katabi Town Council. Given the fact that UNRA is also putting here a very good standard high road, we need to have a market that is befitting that situation.
I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
Talking sport, chess players from several institutions in Uganda are bracing themselves for this weekend's Great Thinkers Junior Chess Championship. John Band Sentamu has it in detail.
Peak Primary School in Ntinda will this Saturday host the Great Thinkers Junior Chess Championship.
People should expect the best. They have always organized tournaments very well. They are very orderly. They manage time very well. And what I can promise is very good service, a lot of awards, there are dollars, there are medals, there are trophies, a lot of experience, and a learning curve for many of the learners who have been training over the term.
This edition of the championship has attracted participation from several schools that the hosts Peak Primary School promise perfect hospitality.
We're excited because we are prepared. We have had a series of classes on a weekly basis belonging to P1, P2, P3, learning that game. So we are quite prepared. And not only prepared are we are happy because chess involves thinking out of the box and thinking smart. And our children are ready for the tournament.
This championship that started in 2021 is played every term and has continued to attract partners, with the latest being Sam's Food Industries.
It's an event that's giving an opportunity to the youngsters to open their minds, to learn something new in the curriculum that was given by the government. This new curriculum gives a chance to the students to be able to be part of different activities, to be part of different things that they need in their day-to-day life. And part of that, the Great Thinkers Academy has brought up a competition that of chess, where students are going to be part, and they're going to take it's going to take place in Tinda, and we, as SAMs, we are going to be present on that day to make the day colorful for the competitors, for everyone that's going to attend that event. We are going to offer snacks to the audience that is going to be present on that day. Even the competitors themselves are going to be able to enjoy the delicious snacks made from Sam's Food Industries Limited.
So far, more than 200 participants from schools like Kampala Academy, Gombe High, Karamoja TLC, Kids Pioneer School and Green Hill Buwate have confirmed.
I'm ready to participate in the Great Thinkers event on Saturday, and I'm so sure that I'm going to win that event with the training that I've gotten from the school, and I'm sure that I'll represent my school very well.
I'm happy that my coaches have told me for the whole term. I think that there are going to be medalists, there are people who are going to get certificates, money, and people who are going to get trophies.
I'm representing Peak Primary School, and I really hope this tournament will be very good, and our school a member, a particular from our school may take the $100 because we can't let another school, yet we are the hosts.
Very ready for this tournament because after my victory in Kenya during the Term 2 holiday, I don't think this tournament will be very hard. There's a $100 prize, so I'm ready for the position that's coming. So everyone who is coming, I'm ready for you.
I'm going to take part in the Great Thinkers chess tournament that is coming up in primary school. So I'm looking forward to going for the overall winner so that I could take the prize home.
The organizers Great Thinkers Chess Academy is registered and certified by Uganda Chess Federation and extends services to more than 10 schools. The competition, that is a reserve for players aged below 18, will have trophies, certificates and $100 rewarded for excellence.
Now, if you followed global wrestling, you are probably familiar with the rise of soft ground wrestling in Uganda. Ngabo Amon brings us an inside look at this rapidly developing sport.
On a rainy day in Jinja, in the eastern part of Uganda, a traditional wrestling arena is prepared with a soil tilled and moistened inside a makeshift ring.
Unlike the professional rings, international professional rings, where wrestling is being performed or played from, here it is just a simple ring set up with a soft ground. The ropes are the normal ropes that you know, and then the poles on the sides.
A pair of wrestlers tangle within a ring made from bamboo poles and sisal ropes. Hundreds of spectators gather, some standing along the ringside to cheer on the powerful displays of strength. This is no ordinary combat sport like kickboxing or boxing. It is soft ground wrestling. In a bout that lasts nearly 15 minutes, you might wonder whether the action is scripted or real.
I started this game way back in 2023 when I called upon youths to come for training of professional wrestling. A few youths stand up, especially those who are orphans, those students who have dropped out of school, and they came for training. We started embarking on a scheme of training them, and they started learning the tactics, the moves, the signatures and finishing moves. Right now, the accolades of this sport are that you have to have mentorship and training for you to start doing it.
Just like they said, they go through training and perfection to perform these particular acts.
The wrestlers mimic every move, action and sound of their famous idols in the World Wrestling Entertainment WWE universe.
So of course we get some injuries, and that's why we're calling upon the public to come and give us support in form of fundraisers. Whoever can set for us a very good fundraiser locally here so that we can get an ambulance, we can get the safety gadgets, and these kids you're seeing, some medical painkillers, what have you. We need so much money to treat them sometimes when they get injuries.
Many of these young wrestlers dream of one day performing on the biggest stage in wrestling, giving their all in every fight. The Uganda Soft Ground Wrestling Group is a newcomer, having started in 2023, but it's growing quickly and steadily towards a bright future. Ngabo Amon, reporting for UBS TV.
Wrestling there. Now, news coming in, the Uganda Cranes have ended their their AFCON qualifiers campaign with victory against Congo, a 1-0 win by a goal scored by Travis Mutiaba. We'll have that in our subsequent bulletins, but that's the news that is coming in. Uganda has just beaten Congo 1-0, courtesy of a goal by Travis Mutiaba. That way we come to the end of all you had for you. Let's catch you at 10 p.m. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Uganda, are you ready to kick things up to the next level? The Uganda National Lottery brings you Sports Take 10. Predict the results of 10 football games and win big. With tickets at only 500 shillings, join the fun and make your predictions count with Sports Take 10. Sports Take 10, your ticket to football glory.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
The Ministry of Health informs the general public that there are some cases of Mpox detected in Uganda. The ministry, working with partners and affected district local government, are doing their best to contain the situation. The signs and symptoms of Mpox are body rash, fever, general body weakness, headache, sore throat, nasal congestion or cough, and swollen lymph nodes. You can prevent yourself from getting infected with Mpox by avoiding close contact with people who have been confirmed to have Mpox or who have signs and symptoms of Mpox, avoiding touching or sharing personal items like beddings, eating utensils, phones, or other belongings of a person who has the signs and symptoms of Mpox. Avoiding contact, including eating with all wild animals, alive or dead, especially those known to carry the virus, such as rodents and monkeys, and those that appear sick or have been found dead. Getting vaccinated if you're among those who have been identified to be at high risk of Mpox infection. Mpox is treatable and usually goes away after 2 to 4 weeks. However, it can be severe, causing even death, especially among children, pregnant women, and those with other health conditions. For more information and support, contact your nearest health worker. Call the Ministry of Health's toll-free line on 0800 100 066 or send a free SMS to YouReport on 8500.
Tuliku groundi, Plascon, paint and win. Yes, yeah, Plascon paint and win. Tuliku groundi. Chicho, buy paint worth 100K. Get a scratch card. SMS the code to 7197. Stand a chance to win instant airtime, 1 million shillings bully day there, or a share of a 3 million shillings jackpot each week. What do you want the brand new bodas, tuk-tuks, and so much more? Catch the paint and win action every Monday on Bukede One, NBS, and Sanyuka TV. Plascon, color your world.
In the heart of Uganda, a financial revolution is happening. We were once left out, saving the old-fashioned way, with an unexpected saving spot, keeping it too close for comfort. But now, we found a better way to save and manage money. Download the Wendy app from Google Play or App Store or dial *229